Buddy, it is time for my August wrap-up. I was pretty proud of myself because I read 5 books in the month of August, which is a huge deal for me considering I'm working and stuff. And I thought that was a great accomplishment, going from like 1 book a month to 5. So anyway, let's just get started on this. The first one we got here is The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom. He's one of my favorite authors, and this was definitely a great read. This is where there's one man, Father Time. He becomes Father Time, and he's going to be living forever, and he has to make a difference in 2 people's lives where their lives circle around time a great deal. We all go by time now, and back then there was no time, and he's the one that created it. So this was a really heartfelt, great story. I really enjoyed it. Again, The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom. Next one we got here is One for Sorrow. This is by Mary Downing Hahn. I actually picked this book up, I believe it was last year. I picked it up at my grandson's book fair. So it is a middle grade ghost story. It's definitely great for middle grade readers who want to read a ghost story. It's definitely not very engaging for an adult to read. It was put together really nice. It was really, like, it was not scary, obviously, for someone my age, but I did enjoy the story for the most part. Like I said, it's great for a middle grade reader to read this book. The next one we got here is On Mystic Lake by Kristin Hannah. It's been a while since I've read a Kristin Hannah book. I think the last one I read was back in December, and I read The Comfort and Joy by Kristin Hannah. This one was just amazing. It was such a great story. I was so glad that I decided to pick this one up and read it. This one is about a woman who has her daughter is going off to London. She's going to England for schooling. Her husband says that, he's done. He wants a divorce. So she decides to go back to Mystic, and an old romance opens up. And there's so much I can just throw into this and just tell you, but I don't want to give anything away. It was great. I absolutely loved it. The ending, I wanted something better as the ending. I wanted a big, cry fest kind of ending, and it just really didn't end that way. The storyline is fantastic, but it seemed more like the ending was more of a rushed ending, and I didn't really care for that. But the story itself was fantastic, and I would recommend this book for anybody who's a Kristin Hannah fan or a contemporary fan. But yeah, it was good. Just the ending lacked for me. The next one here was The Woman in Cabin 10. This is by Ruth Ware. It was okay. I mean, it was just an okay story. I was expecting something a little bit different, I guess. This is the one that the woman kept hearing. She heard like someone being thrown overboard, the ship that she's on. I believe she was a news writer. For a travel magazine. She wrote for a travel magazine, and she got to go on here. I'm not going to say a whole lot more about it because a lot of people already know about The Woman in Cabin 10. I think I rated it a 3. It just didn't wow me. We'll just say that it didn't wow me. And the last one we got here is Still Waters by Kalila Coulter, and I cannot say enough about this book. It was amazing. And there could be triggers in here because it is about women of domestic abuse, and this girl was in that kind of relationship, and it was fantastic. It was so engaging, and she's so poetic. Her writing is just absolutely poetic. And something else that I really enjoyed is between each of the seasons, because like part 1, part 2, part 3 is all the seasons, so it's spring, you know, summer, winter, fall. But there's always a poetry there. Disregard the dogs barking. But anyway, it was so amazing. And I actually connected with the author on Facebook. And I'm actually the only person that has reviewed this on Goodreads. And I just really feel like I need to help her out and get the word spread about this story. This is part 1 of Still Waters. Part 2 is Kenny, who had his own story to tell and who was a really good friend to her. So that's book 2. I've already bought it. It came out on Amazon like a couple weeks ago, and I ordered that, and I got that one, and I let her know that I got it, and she wants to know what I think about that one. So yes, this is Still Waters by Kalia Coulter. You can get them on Amazon. And I just feel like I want to support her and get this story out there, because me being, you know, having a history of being in an abusive relationship, the story meant a lot to me, and I could relate to her on so many levels. I discovered that, you know, my situation was nowhere near what it gets to, but it can tell you, it can warn you of what it can get to, you know. So yeah, anyway, I can't recommend this enough. Again, Still Waters by Kalia Coulter. It's fantastic. So those were the 5 books that I read for the month of August. You can read all of my reviews on Goodreads or on my blogs. All the information will be down below, so you can go check that out. I'm not going to be having a TBR. I am going to have another video called The Great List. It's a challenge that I'm challenging myself with, and I'll bring that to you next time. So thanks guys for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.